Welcome to Wingman's Hangar, episode 10. Did you think we'd make it this far? Yeah, me either. Listen, it's going to be a really good show this week, a little bit different. We got some cool surprises for you, as we always do on Wingman's Hangar. We got coming up this week, we got the Week in Review. We, of course, have forum feedback, baby. With your videos, without you guys, the forum feedback would not be near as cool. There's been a lot of questions on, how does development work? So we're going to give you a little snippet, and we'll show you how a little bit of that works without the bathroom breaks this time. And then we have, of course, wide world news, stuff that goes on related to Star Citizen that we like and you like, and, we're all a bunch of likers in that regards. And then we have an interview. We're introducing Rob Irving, our lead designer this week. So it's going to be a really, really fun show. So let's get right to it. What happened in the Week in Review? Let's talk about that. What happened this week at Cloud Imperium Games? Well, we sent out 2 offer letters to 2 new programmers, one for a physics programmer and one for a gameplay programmer. We're hoping to hear back. One of the things that's cool about game development is there's a lot of cool people out there that are available that know what they're doing. That's also a negative because a lot of cool studios have shut down. But it's better for us, baby! And that's what matters. Shh, us only. It's just us 5s of people here, right? Ha. Anyway, we've also hired one new designer. His name's Nathan. He starts. You'll be introduced to him at another time. He starts actually today. It's Friday. He starts today. He's out there working. They're building his computer now because we need design help. This game is going to be design heavy. Of course, you guys all know that. We've seen it in the forums. We're talking about all the cool stuff, your cool ideas, and we have a few cool ideas ourselves as well. This week we began the new issue of Jump Point. It's Aliens Beware episode. So we won't even tell you a little bit, just to kind of get an idea, about what's coming up. It's coming up later this month. It's really, real cool. Subscribers only, and that means, what does it mean? What does that mean? That means stuff from the last one gets trickled down to the community, so we get into some really cool stuff. And also, don't you guys think it's about time for a new ship brochure? Remember how cool the Constellation looked? We might just have something like that coming up pretty soon. So stay tuned for the big announcement on a possible ship brochure. Maybe not today, but coming up soon, baby! So, earlier this week, lead animator Brian Brewer and photographer and producer extraordinaire Michael Moreland. Say hi, Mike.
Howdy.
There's Mike, and that was Mike and his nose hairs. They spent a day filming a stunning model for our Star Citizen female animation reference.
So what we're doing today is we brought in a model. We're going to be using our model for reference. We're going to basically base our female character off of her. Even though there's sites out there that allow us to have models to pull from and reference to pull from, there's something about being able to do it ourselves and get the exact angles and the exact movement that we want.
One of the things we're doing is we're using a long lens in order to reduce the distortions of the body that are commonly associated with a wider angle. That allows us to create the most accurate proportions when we're photographing the model. So I ended up getting sometimes as far back as 70 feet in order to get a full length shot.
All of this topology is for the design for a video game character, which I will be portraying, using my body, my figure, my likeness. I think it's going to be pretty cool to be immortalized in a video game. I have a lot of friends who are definitely going to be digging it, and my little 5-year-old son going to be all over it.
Originally, Brian was envisioning shooting stills, so he had a bunch of poses set up at, facing front and then 45 degrees on the side. But since we're just shooting with a Red 1 camera, which is 24 frames a second, he's just doing a continuous rotation, and we're able to get dozens of angles for the artists to use as reference.
The range of motion that we just shot is for me. It's for animation. It's when we're rigging and skinning the character, weighting it down. It helps me know how the muscles deform, how the joints bend properly, so the character will deform properly.
I should have studied art a little more closely. Who likes those black boxes? Not me. So let's get right to forum feedback, shall we? We get some of your videos out there. We get some really cool questions this week. Let's get right to them. From Chapel. Chapel asks, Will we be able to enlist in the UEEN after Squadron 42 and in the persistent universe? If so, will we have full crews, have commanding officers, and receive assignments like a real military force? Well, you know what? We're not going to... There's no system like that where you can stay in the military, but we are going to let you join like militia forces if your reputation perhaps is high enough. If you've done, you're the good, the lawful good character, then you'll be able to get some missions to go out and maybe chase some bounty hunters through the UEE. But we feel if you're playing a military officer and you're constantly taking orders in the universe, it might get kind of boring. We want the free flow, baby. It's a sandbox, and we want you to have control over where you go, what you're going to do, things like that. And there might be other campaigns in the future because war. Ugh. Good God! What is it good for? Video gaming, yeah! Of course, it's always good, so we need some wars popping up every now and then. So, from Rebuck, we got this.
During a mining operation, what kinds of materials would we expect to see?
I'm wondering, things like fossils from long-dead civilizations.
Or alien artifacts?
Maybe a 1973 Ford Pinto perfectly preserved.
Love, love, love those videos. Yeah, well, so what was that? Mining's, dead civilizations, alien artifacts? Dude, of course, mining's not just going to be about, grabbing everything off the periodic table. There's going to be all kinds of things to find out there. A lot of things that'll enhance deals in things in the game, missiles, weaponry, stuff like that. There'll be people looking for specific types of things that are only found in certain systems. So mining's going to be much more interesting than just going off and dropping off a mining droid and grabbing some iron ore. So yes, lots of stuff to discover. What that is, well, you'll just have to wait and see, baby. All right, so let's go. Let's go to Hermit Boy. UEE strategic value. When will we get to find out what the color codes mean? Yeah, they are super important and super classified. Sorry. Blue Dragon says...
So, there are a lot of us who like film in the games, like recording the fights and explosions. My question is, will there be any advanced gameplay recording system, like Battle Recorder, with all the bells and whistles, at least for the private servers?
Yeah, we've actually talked about that quite a bit, whether we're going to have some sort of recording system in there. We'd like to, but again, it comes down to time and things like that. And there are third-party applications like Fraps out there that let you do those things already. So maybe that's something that we do later, or maybe we partner with somebody. That's still one of those TBD questions, but we certainly know that it's cool that you record stuff. We like to record stuff too, because, that's how we roll, baby. All right, so Fowl asks... If I discover a new system, can I not report the jump point, thereby keeping the system to myself or guild for mining, trading, staging area until someone else finds it? Yes, that's one of the cool things, right? So if you find a secret mining area and it's got some specific like minerals or things that are needed in a certain area, you can keep it to yourself. You can share it with your friends. You do not have to report it. However, if somebody else finds it and they report it and you haven't, they get to name it. So that's going to be up to you. You get to decide what you want to do. That's the risk you take. Are you going to be greedy or you want to be famous? Up to you. You. All right, let's go on. Razor Xerox says...
There is a big event on virtual reality coming next week, SXSW 2013. At the panel Virtual Reality, the Holy Grail of Gaming. Those who participate are Chris Roberts, Cliff Blesinski, Nate Mitchell, Palmer Lucky and Paul Bettner. My question is, will there be a live broadcast of this event?
Yeah, another cool video. Seriously. He actually sent 2 this week, but we didn't want to have the same guy on twice, so maybe that question will appear in a later episode of Wingman's Hangar. So anyway, the answer to that question is we're not sure if they're showing it live. We don't control that. That's South by Southwest. But we are going to be at the show recording a lot of video ourselves. In fact, Wingman's Hangar next week might actually be taking place at South by Southwest with a little bit of a walk around, perhaps, and some talking to people and see if they know about us. If they don't know about us, well, they damn well should. Oops, I dropped a word. 4-letter word, my bad. All right, so let's go on. From Alex Terminator, he says, are we only going to reveal new ships in Jump Point? No. the way it's going to work is, well, sometimes we might, but for the most part, ships get revealed to the general community, and then we'll have brochures and everything like that for everybody. But in Jump Point, we'll show you like the how they were made. We'll show you a little more in-depth stuff. But you'll never be meeting the ship for the first time in Jump Point. We'll just reveal those ships in like a brochure format because that's what we like to do, and it seems like you guys like it. And again, subscribers are allowing us to do those kind of things, those brochures. Without them, we couldn't have the extra manpower to put together to put those things out. So big ups to them. From Lowski, he says,
Greetings, Cloud Imperium. I have a question for you regarding the economy of the game. In the real world, if Eric were running a car dealership and sold you a car for, say, 100,000 credits, you know that by driving the car off the lot, you suddenly have a car worth less than what you bought it for. And that's because of a magical property that we tend to not favor when making a purchase. It's a little something called used. It may seem like a bummer, but without it, the world fails to go round and strange things can happen. Like in a game whose name I will not utter here. Finding a rare item in the game is the main goal of it. An item that you buy for 100 million gold new could theoretically be sold tomorrow, or a year from now for the same price without any real penalty. Items are always just as new as when you get them, and there's no reason to keep the old when you upgrade. The result is over time, more and more rare items are found and freely resold. They simply oversaturate the market, become worth less, and the expectation of what's good must raise. And this game does so by releasing progressively more powerful things, and the same cycle is only delayed again. On our forums, a lot of topics get spoken about harshly, but they're missing the point. It's not a question of whether or not you like these things. Of course you don't. Who likes sort of losing money the moment you buy a car? But see, without them, shipmakers will sell fewer ships. Crafters won't have as strong of a need to craft. Miners won't have much reason to mine. And I don't think we'd have an economy that simulates the real world, as Chris Roberts has described so far. Cloud Imperium, are you aware of these issues at large, and can you share any mechanisms you intend to employ at this time?
Wow, that was really a good video. To answer that question would require more than I can actually say right now. So let's just say that we are thinking along similar lines. So, but we didn't want to like leave that question out because it's just so cool that we wanted to get it out there for everybody to see. But you know, you might be somewhat accurate. Just have to wait and see. That might be like a big thing that gets written up later, like Death of a Spaceman was, or something like that. From Zyre666, he says, "What is electro-hull skin, and what can we do with it?" Well, the electro-hull skin. Who was that? Who? God, that guy's voice was amazing. The electro-hull is a device that lets you switch colors and of the flip of a switch, so you can change your ship's color and instantly. So maybe somebody's looking at you at a distance, or they're chasing you down, and automatically kind of makes you look different. So it's kind of a little bit like camouflage. There you go. From Brocephus, how big, in terms of disk space drive space, do you anticipate the final game to be? Well, Brocephus, way too early to know that. But we have no minimum requirement. That's the cool thing. We're not a publisher. We don't have to worry about disk size, stuff like that. It's going to be as big as we need it to be to get everything we all want in the game. So the answer to that is huge, probably. And from our favorite person on the internet that sends things in, Lagante, take it away.
Yeah, Wingman's Lagante. The bunker's power went out, so I'm having to go turn it back on. And well, here I am. Surface is too hot to traverse with those things running around. And I need to get it back on before I need to start down here without my light. Before those things overrun the bunker's perimeter. Anyway, I was curious how the achievement system would be working, and how would we build, show off our achievements per se, such as, badges, ribbons, medals, whether it be GM events or Squadron 42 campaign, are we going to be able to show off the type of goods that we've got, previous games that might have been a room for people to come visit, or is it just going to be like an online profile page or something such like that? Almost there. So if you could just let me know, I would much appreciate it. This is Lagante signing out.
You guys absolutely send some of the most incredible videos. That's the third one he sent, all of them top notch. We love it. In fact, we love it so much, we just love it. So the answer to that question is, yeah, we're going to have ways of seeing how your achievements, what you've done, what your reputation is, things like that. You know, one of the ways we'll do it, like in your hangar, perhaps you'll have your metal box, your metal case. You'll be able to invite your friends over to your hangar, see what's going on. You can see all the tapestries around the corners, or the metals, or the missiles, the stuff on your ship. All the stuff that's going on. You'll be able to kind of brag. You'll have braggadocious things to show. But at the same time, if you're out in space, you want to see somebody out there, and you highlight on them, and you say, oh, who's that guy? What's his reputation? There'll be ways to be able to click and see what they've done, what their lore is, what the history is. But there'll also be ways that maybe they don't want to share it, and they'll be able to mask it. So it's really going to be up to you guys to kind of discern how your gameplay works in that regards. And maybe, just maybe, if you're one of those militia with the access to the UEE stuff, you might have more information than others. Maybe, maybe not. All right, and I just wanted to show you after that, I want to show you guys a little glimpse. One of the questions that's been on the forums and everything else is, what do you guys do every day other than, drink tequila and hang out and chase, obviously, models with Spider-Man webs on their face everywhere and these little black boxes in inopportune places? So what we do every day, we want to kind of show you guys a little bit of the process because other than, with just the Wingman's nose cam, we want to show you guys a little bit about what goes on during the day. So take it away, Jason. Tell them what happens.
We're starting to use Scrum as our kind of development methodology. We're just starting with some pieces of it and seeing if it works well for the team and if the team likes it. They call it an agile methodology, and it's to have big bang for the buck. We're starting with the stand-up, where we have kind of a cross-disciplinary group of people working on a feature, and we have a 15-minute meeting. Right now we're doing like every other day, 3 times a week. We say what we've done since the last stand-up, what we're going to do up until the next stand-up, what we're planning, if anything's blocking us. And if we have any miscellaneous discussion other than that, we try to have it at the end. That way everybody else can leave. That helps in that if we've been heads down coding all day or for a day or two, it forces us to communicate, report to our peers what's been going on. And also, if something's blocking someone else. Yes, Chris is very involved in the development. By using Skype, it's a nice, inexpensive way of having a good teleconference presence, so he's part of the whole stand-up and the whole development process. Even when Chris isn't here, he is here.
See, isn't that pretty neat, guys? I mean, literally, with our distributed development process, the ability for us to now connect digitally and see each other's face as we develop is really important. With offices in LA, Montreal, Austin, we're on Skype every day. We really like that technology. We've got Google Hangouts. We use that a bit too. So, we use YouTube, as you guys have obviously seen here. So it's very important to us. Chris is involved in all aspects, as you can see. He's in every meeting. And it's pretty cool to be able to see how that works. And it's regarding Agile and Scrum, we're just using bits and pieces. We're not completely that way. We kind of use a combination of waterfall, Agile, Scrum. For those of you who want to know, we like the bigger design. One of the things Agile Scrum, one of the weaknesses it seems to have, or in some of our opinions, is that you don't aim really big. You do lots of smaller tasks to hopefully get to something big at the end, but you miss the ginormous big plan that you want to get to. So waterfall lets you do that. So you combine the two, and you create Star Citizen, baby. That's right. So now you know what it's time for? Anyone? Wide World News. Hey, most of us have witnessed the excitement of Curiosity, the latest Mars rover, but one ambitious group, raising money by the way, isn't content with that. They plan to have humans on the Mars by 2023, and they're taking astronaut applications now.
Mars One will establish human settlement on Mars in 2023. In that year, the first group of 4 humans will land on Mars. Every 2 years after that, another group will join the settlement.
My first impression was that this is an extraordinary project by people with vision and imagination.
We will finance this mission by creating the biggest media event ever around it. Everybody in the world can see everything that will happen in the preparations and on Mars.
In 2020, living units, life support units, a rover, and more supplies will be sent to Mars. the rovers will prepare the settlement for human arrival. The crew will depart in September 2022, when the settlement is fully operational and habitable. They will be flying to Mars in a transit habitat, with a lander attached to it.
7 months later, in April 2023, the humans will land on Mars, the next giant leap for mankind.
Mars One invites you to join us in this great adventure. For more information, visit mars-one.com.
That's a one-way trip, folks. If you're planning to be an astronaut, you ain't coming back. And chances are you're not going to last very long there either. But it's still really, really cool. And farther away from home, weekly weather wizard Peter Mackey is on the command deck. Peter, how is the weather there?
Well, we have a few asteroids coming in, Eric. Back to you.
Asteroids can be very dangerous, Peter. Be very careful. You don't want to get cracked up out there. So, thank you, Peter. So what's...
Hey, Wingman, you wouldn't by chance have any flamethrowers right here, would you?
No, not on me. What just happened? That's your weekly Wide World News. Rob's next. Oh, hey everybody! Now you know who's next. Today, Wingman's Hangar interview guest might be better known for his rock and roll name, Kid Rock. He's taken time off his busy touring schedule to join Star Citizen as lead designer. Michael Moreland takes a little bit of time to talk with Robert Irving about his gaming experience.
Robert Irving, and I am the lead designer on Star Citizen. Basically, a designer's job is to take the idea of a game out of your head, or in this case, Chris Robert's head, and make it into reality. And by doing that, that means you are making systems that make the things happen that drive in the story of Star Citizen or the events of Star Citizen and make the players want to play. I worked on Strike Commander first. And then I worked on Wing Commander 3 and Wing Commander 4, helping them out with their ground missions. Those were the only Chris projects, but then when Chris moved on, and we started up Prophecy, because we wanted to keep Wing Commander alive, I worked on that. Also worked on Pacific Strike, and then worked on Ultima Online as well later on in my life. There are a ton of things that are exciting about this. The most important thing to me, though, is that we're getting back into space. Space has been one of my hobbies for my entire life, and now I get to go and make a space project unlike anything that anyone's ever realized before.
And what happens then? Rob joins us live. Hey, Rob.
Hi, everybody.
What's going on?
Well, I'm here congratulating you on your use of waterfall.
Oh, thank you very much. Rob, I appreciate that. Looking pretty good there, buddy. So, hey, why did you decide to come back into games?
Well, for one thing, it's where I belong. This is exactly where I should be, but partially I was getting bored of, the adult world. It was kind of sad out there, and then what do I get? But I call from my old buddy Eric saying, hey, you want a job? So I'm back.
Yeah, but you kind of you're an old Origin guy, right? So you've worked a lot of Wing Commanders, you've worked on a lot of Privateer style stuff, and so tell us about it. Was this kind of a natural fit for you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It fits with my sim background. I mean, I've worked on the hardcore sims, and Strike Commander is kind of hardcore sim.
That's cool.
Wing Commanders, yeah, and then I worked on online games, and I love the Wing Commander universe, and I love space, so it's perfect.
And why grow up when you don't have to, right?
Exactly. We didn't have nearly enough Nerf weapons in my last office.
Or green guns, for that matter.
Green guns. Oh.
Okay, so what's the first month? You've been here about a month. What's your month been like?
Catching up. There's so much out there already. Even the fans out there are going crazy, giving us all this cool stuff, but I've got to read it at some point, so I've been reading most of my time.
Reading and writing documents. And
lots of documents.
And dropping the fish hook into Chris's ear and ripping out the nuggets from Star Citizen.
It's some tough fishing.
It is. He's got a really good vision, and we have to get it all out and get it on paper.
Absolutely.
So we know what's going on. So what do you think is the most important part of a Star Citizen's design?
I think the biggest thing we have to do is to be able to provide content automatically, I'll call it, because we've
Right.
got to be able to have a universe that's so alive that there's always something for you to do.
Right. If we want to support the fans out there creating kind of lore and stuff of that nature. No, looking at your questions there, pal. then you need. Then we need. Then it's got to be a system design that really works and supports
Absolutely,
all that. Right?
absolutely, and the economy is a big part of that,
Yeah.
and mission generations. Yeah, I know.
Amen. Amen.
Headache.
So what did you learn from other games that you're going to try to bring into Star Citizen?
Well, I think I want a lot of, especially from the hardcore sims like Longbow, the measuring, the research that went into that game, the things we weren't even allowed to be told that we really wanted to know. It's like, how does this missile really work? We can't tell you how fast that flies, but the kind of research from that, and then from UO, the fans. Working with the fans is so big in this kind of a game.
Yeah, and we're even taking that to the next level. Okay, so I've always had a question.
Talking to them.
Okay, yeah, true. So I've always had a question for you. One of the rumors when we were at Origin, when you were on Longbow and I was on, I think, Privateer at the time, or Privateer 2, was that Andy had taken his game Longbow to E3 and was showing it to the press. And he took the sticker off a 4650 and put it over a 4625. Is that true? And so the press was like, look how well it's run on that 4625. And it was really like 4 times the speed or something. Is that true or is that not true?
I can neither confirm nor deny that. I really don't know the truth of that.
Inquiring minds are going to find that out.
We'll let somebody know when we find out the truth.
So what do you do outside of Cloud Imperium? What do you do for fun?
Read the forums. Okay.
Read the forums?
But I'm a huge sports nut. Go Longhorns.
Yep. Hook 'em.
Yeah, horns up. And I do a lot of reading. I'm a big gamer, board games especially, which we're going to be doing some of that around here, I know.
That's right.
And also, get outdoors a little bit here and there. You can tell from my really awesome tan right now.
Yeah, well, that's because you read the forums all day. There's not a lot of tan coming off that monitor. All right, so your hair. Your hair used to be where?
Yeah, about there.
It was down there. What happened to it? Where'd it go?
Locks of Love. Twice now.
Did you really? You donated to Locks of Love?
Twice now.
Now tell people what Locks of Love is.
So Locks of Love is a place where you don't cut your hair off. You have to cut off at least 10 inches. They usually prefer a foot. And they donate it to cancer patients and make wigs out of it. So I've done it twice now, and this is going to be my last time, but I'm growing it out one more time, and I'll be sending one more donation.
So that's actually really cool. I mean, that's big ups to that. So, if any of the people out there in Star Citizen world have like long, bushy manes, and you want to donate to cancer patients, big ups to you. So you probably got to get back to work, right? Come on!
Of course
Get out of here!
See you later.
See you later. Good job, Rob. Thank you, buddy. Hey, listen, I want to thank everybody, Rob Irving, for joining us today. We want to thank Weekly Weather Wizard Peter Mackey, Matt Fossa for the musical score. And Matt actually sent us a copy of the musical score here, which is really, really cool. I don't know if you guys can see it, but he composed this thing for us, and we've been running it, so big ups to him. We love that. Pleasure for doing the cool logo back here. You can see that back here. We actually put it into the game now. We love it. And, just a lot of big thanks to that. And thank you very much to subscribers for continued support. We couldn't do this show or bring exclusive content without you. Thanks to the pledgers, we couldn't even be here in the job without you. So that's all we got to do is say thanks to everybody. And what do we got here? What's this finger pointing thing going on here? Oh, guess what, people? Come on in, Legante. We're introducing a new thing this week, Fan of the Week. So Legante, you guys have probably recognized him from his really cool videos he's done. So we invited him down. He lives in Dallas. We invited him down, and we're going to unmask him and kind of talk to him a little bit about. He's one of us. He's one of the Star Citizens. Take it off. Not all of it though. Just the top part.
There
wow, dude, check it out. Newman. You want to grab your glasses or no? So
yeah, sure.
Okay. So Legante, you guys have seen, has done the really, really cool videos. So what made you decide to do all those videos? How did you decide to put that together?
Well, CIG is really giving the community a great opportunity to really get involved, and a lot of people aren't used to that. So I wanted to make a video.
Squeeze in, buddy.
Yeah.
Woo!
I wanted to make a video series type thing that just kind of like a catalyst.
Right.
It's like, guys, this is a great opportunity for you guys to be imaginative, creative. So I just kind of wanted to light the candle, and then eventually kind of step out a little bit and see all the other people start coming in. So it's a fantastic opportunity. Get involved. Do it. This is your chance now.
And I got to say that there have been some really cool videos. I mean, yours have been shot with reality look, and others have done with cartoons and stuff. But you guys have made the show like that much better because Lord knows I stink at this thing. And without you guys, it wouldn't be anything. So we got some questions for you. So what are you looking forward to the most in Star Citizen?
I'd just say I'm looking forward to actually being able to participate in a real, live, thriving universe that has consequences for your actions, whether it be good consequences, bad consequences. It's not a hold your hand type thing and linear, this is what you do, this is what you can't do. It's open-ended, and you can meet people, meet enemies, meet friends. It's a fantastic opportunity. It's a big social community.
Right, you can be the White Knight.
Yeah.
You can be a troll of all, whatever you want to be, right? A griefer. If you're a griefer, we're going to get you.
Or you can be the guy hunting down those trollolos.
That's right, exactly. Is that what you're going to do, you think?
I think I'm going to be like a protector, guardian for people that can't protect themselves, like miners,
So you're a paladin? You're going to be like the Logante?
You can say that, and I want to explore too. So.
Of course. Well, there you go. What ships do you own currently?
I own the Constellation.
Love the Constellation.
Freelancer.
Woohoo.
300i just for fun.
Nice.
And the Hornet when I wanted to just go down there and start shooting some stuff.
That is amazing. That's cool. I mean, all those are really cool. So some of these you haven't seen yet, right? Are there any of them you haven't seen yet completely in their completed form?
What do you mean with that?
Like the Freelancer, you haven't actually seen it.
I haven't seen like everything because nothing is complete yet. I mean, who knows what's
going to be really close, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, it looks really good.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. Maybe we'll give you a sneak peek before you bail out today. We're giving a little tour of the office, so and why did you pledge? Why would you? What made you say, "Hey, that's Chris Roberts. I want to get in there." What's the deal?
Truth be told, Chris Roberts was a childhood hero of mine just because I started playing Privateer when I was a little kid, and it just opened up so much imagination and story, creativity, just to explore, do what you want to do type thing. It was fantastic, and I have a lot of respect for Chris because the whole thing about not the publishers, let's do the crowdfunding thing. It's a PC game, it's a space sim. No one does that. No one stands up for we gamers anymore. The industry's turning more to a business.
We gamers, you mean like the we?
No, as in like we, all of us.
Oh, like us gamers.
Yeah. So I have high respects for him, and I saw him standing up to do this. I was like, people need to back him up. If no one backs him up, he can't do it. So I typically do about $100 or something like that on supporting a game at max. But I was like, on this, this is a passion of mine. Get involved. So I went way beyond that. I'm looking forward to getting my Gold Citizens card.
Very cool.
And definitely looking for the release.
Well, I got to say, Chris is amazing. He's been amazing this whole way. We've had way more success, or we've done way more than we thought we would do. And the fact that we're able to engage with fans like yourself and community and be involved, because you guys are kind of helping. Every time we want to find out, one of the things we're going to do, right, is like when we release the alpha, we want you guys to help us test the game, and you're going to be able to tell us, like on the Hangar app, what you like, what you don't like, things like that. So instead of us spending months chasing something that we think is cool that nobody plays, we're going to find out early whether you like it or whether you don't, and it's going to help us develop it. And that's another criticism. And he's freaking always ahead of the curve, man. You said he was a childhood hero.
Yeah.
So that means he's old, because he was a childhood hero. He was a childhood hero of mine too.
Sorry, Chris.
Not true. I'm older than Chris and older than dirt. All right, man. Listen, thanks a lot for Logante for joining us. Next week, I want to just tell everybody we're going to be shooting at South by Southwest down here locally in Austin. It's the game show down here. We'll be probably doing some man on the street type stuff. It's going to be a really, really interesting show, a little different than what you've seen to date. Hopefully we don't screw it up. We'll try not to. And also, don't forget the after show, Wingman's Hangover, coming up in about 15 minutes after the show. You guys can tell us what was great, and if there was something you didn't like, well, you might listen to that too. And remember, if you want your stuff featured on Wingman's Hangover, or Wingman's Hanger, not Wingman's Hanger, if you want your stuff featured on Hangover, just send it in. We'll booze it up. We just might use it. Music, logos, and hey, if your stuff's that good, we just might invite you down to be on the show. So thanks again. We'll see you in the verse.